India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurated the Sonamarg Tunnel in Jammu and Kashmir. And the Sonamarg Tunnel, it's a project which is around 12 kilometers long. It's been constructed at a cost of over 2,700, that's 2,700 crore rupees. Now, it comprises of the Sonamarg main tunnel of 6.4 kilometers long and an egress tunnel, which is an approach also, and approach roads. Situated at an altitude of over 8,650 feet above sea level, the project will enhance all-weather connectivity between Srinagar and Sonamarg en route to Leh, bypassing landslide and avalanche routes and ensuring safer and uninterrupted access to the strategically critical Ladakh region. The Prime Minister interacted with the project officials and met the construction workers who worked meticulously amid harsh conditions to complete the tunnel, acknowledging their contribution to this engineering feat.
देश की उन्नति के लिए, जम्मू कश्मीर की उन्नति के लिए जिन श्रमिक भाइयों ने कठिन से कठिन परिस्थितियों में काम किया, जीवन को भी संकट में डाल करके काम किया, साथ हमारे श्रमिक साथियों ने अपनी जान गंवाई, लेकिन हम अपने संकल्प से डीगे नहीं, किसी ने घर वापस जाने की कहा नहीं। इन मेरे श्रमिक साथियों ने हर चुनौतियों को पार करते हुए इस कार्य को पूरा किया है।
And Professor Dipankar Sengupta is joining us. He's from Jammu University. He's joining us from Kolkata at the moment. Professor Sengupta, now, why is this tunnel important for the people of Jammu and Kashmir?
Mark, you have to first you have to understand this tunnel is not a one-off project. It's a part of a large plan. This tunnel, informally called the ZMO tunnel, along with the Zojila tunnel, will one day provide continuous, unbroken connectivity with the people of Ladakh. But this tunnel itself is extremely important. Why is it so? The manner in which this tunnel has been constructed. Remember, this is a very ecologically fragile zone. It is very unstable, tremendous engineering and engineering challenges. Now, what it does is the following: that if you want to go to Zojila, particularly in winter, you have to go to Sonamarg, which itself is a fantastic tourist spot. But it is in the hilly regions of Kashmir. So if there is snowfall, you will not be able to traverse this path because there is so much snow that clearing this snow becomes next to impossible. Yes. What this tunnel does is to bypass the snow altogether and take you straight to Sonamarg. And if you go to Sonamarg, you've cut down your traveling time so much that people who are coming from Leh, who had to basically stay overnight at Kargil, can come down and go straight to Srinagar without any problems at all. So what it does, there's this fantastic tourist spots which are now provided round the year access. So what it does for tourism, I think, is obvious. But what it does for security is also, I think, more than obvious. You know,
Indeed.
We are able to access spots without any problems at all and throughout the year end.
I'll come to that strategic question in just a bit. But you know what this kind of infrastructure does for the whole region? What kind of investments will it bring in? Opportunities in Jammu and Kashmir as a whole? Also plans for more such infrastructure projects, because you talked about the fragile ecosystem and the difficult and the complexity involved with the engineering.
Yeah. See, you must remember, one of the things that has bedeviled Jammu Kashmir's growth has been the shortcoming in logistics and connectivity. And as you know, there's this integrated plan through which each of these obstacles, each of these spots that were difficult to traverse is now being done away with. Take this fact. If you had proper connectivity in Jammu and Kashmir, and if tourist arrivals were to treble, then the Jammu Kashmir's economy by a conservative estimate would jump about 30 to 40%.
Okay.
30 to 40%.
Right.
See, we often forget that we call Jammu Kashmir a tourism state. But if you look at Tamil Nadu, then the amount of tourists Jammu Kashmir should receive, even for its population, is 1/3 or 1/4 the total amount. Now, suppose you get the same number of tourists because an important connectivity problem is solved as you are getting from in Tamil Nadu. What it does to the economy, what it does to employment is mind-boggling. Because tourism is one sector which employs a lot of people by its very nature. The employer potential is enormous. And then, of course, the other things. Jammu Kashmir produces a lot of goods which which basically suffer from a disadvantage because transportation costs are high. You're not able to transport it anywhere. Now that you've got an infrastructure in place, then goods from Ladakh, and there are many exquisite fruits from Ladakh.
So clearly there are huge economic advantages, as you say.
Absolutely.
But strategically also, as you were talking about earlier, how does this tunnel help India's defense preparedness?
See, it enables the Indian Army to get our troops to our borders in as short a time as possible. You see, there was a time when our neighbors, particularly our northeastern neighbor, would gobble up land because our people still just weren't there. They would basically take over this particular plot because nobody was there. Remember, possession is 9 points of the law. Now, Mark, what has happened is, with your roads now going to all the way to the border and going there throughout the year, this land grabbing, because your soldiers are not there, is going to become a thing of the past. This is something that our neighbors understand very much. And this was a known problem. We knew it for decades. For the first time, I am so happy that the government is doing something about it. It is eliminating this particular problem.
Okay, we leave it there. Thank you very much, Professor Deepankar Sengupta from Jammu University. Thank you for putting all this into context for us and enlightening us on the issue.